Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to just go for my vlog 2, and this vlog 2 is going to be about graphic designing. Now you can read the topics down below. The third topic will be discussed after I graduate from designing, and we are going to talk about the PPT now. Before telling this, I want to tell you that I have a Behance account on which I have uploaded the same PPT if you want to go and check it out. And this PPT, you can share it to your design aspirants or friends who are wishing to give designing, so that they also get to know a little bit about graphic designing. And also the design aspirants who are doing graphic designing or are in the foundation year, it's really good for you. Even I'm in the foundation year, so kudos. So now let's get started. The very first thing which you're going to talk about is types of graphic designing. First being visual identity graphic designing, which is brand identity. So any kind of logo making, icon making, or making the visual element of the brand which will communicate with you as a face of the brand. Like for example, a Starbucks cup having the logo on it, having the green color on it, and the queen which is being imposed on it as an icon of it. So the Starbucks cup quality or the material which is used. So everything, every visual element which we are looking at, and it is acting as a face to us, because after looking at that cup, anyone in the world will say, okay, this is a Starbucks cup, okay, this is a CCD cup. So that's how you differentiate between two cups from two different brands. So that is what visual identity graphic designing is about. For example, let's talk about any packaging of food. For example, a pizza, a Domino's Pizza Hut, Domino's or a Pizza Hut. The packaging of them when they deliver the pizza, it is having Domino's logo imprinted on it, a pizza on it, which size of pizza, all the details have been given. So that is creating a brand identity to us. So this is called as a visual identity graphic designing. The second very part we are going to talk about is marketing and advertising designing. In marketing and advertising designing, there are two major types of roles. First being the target audience, and the second being customer satisfaction. And these roles have to be remembered by a marketing designer. He always has to remember that what kind of a target is his audience, and which kind of group is he dealing with, and what are their needs and their satisfactions, and to actually meet the level of maximum satisfaction of them. So this is to be remembered by a marketing designer. Target audience, why? Because target audience can be a kid, can be a teenager, can be a person who is slightly grown up, or someone who is old. So any kind of a person can be a target audience, and according to him, the marketing should be done. For example, any kind of magazines, flyers, brochures, posters, banners. If you have ever heard about Fair and Lovely or any of those face wash or face cream advertisements, so they have their posters being imprinted or imposed on many of the buses in India, or many of the posters are being imprinted on huge imposers in or around the city. So this is how marketing and advertising designing works. So this field basically has a profit aiming ratio, but in comparison to the publication graphic designing. So before talking about UI UX, now let's go on to the fourth topic, which is called as publication graphic designing. Publication graphic designing is traditionally a print medium, and the pieces are used to communicate with audience. So in this field, more than earning profit, the aim should be of publishing an image or publishing something and communicating with the audience. Now, when the audience will be pleased with the kind of material and the kind of text has been used in the books or the catalogs, the annual reports, it should please them to read it. So that publication graphic designing concludes everything which is not there in marketing designing, because marketing is purely for the basis of earning profit, whereas publication graphic designing is purely for the basis of publishing some information and making it aesthetically also pleasing, but informative as well. Whereas marketing can be aesthetically pleasing on a higher level, and then the use will come. So now let's talk about UI UX designing. The very important field of graphic designing which is flourishing at heights right now is UI UX. UI means user interface, UX means user experience. So UI designing includes all of the things which the user interacts with the screen, keyboard and the mouse. For example, I am making a web page or I am viewing a web page. For example, I am viewing the Behance web page. Now, is Behance creating an image to me? Yes. Is Behance easier to operate? Yes. So all these apps or games or web pages which a user is being looking at, and he's looking through the screen, working through the mouse, and of course typing to the keyboard. So that is how a user is connecting with the medium which is in front of him in the online mode. Online mode in the sense in a form of screen. So that is how the user interface acts in our design culture. Here the aesthetical appeal is very important, yet the technical functionality comes before aesthetic appeal. It should be subtle and static and easy before getting into complexity. If the more the easier the interface is with someone. For example, any game like PUBG, if the graphics were not so comfortable, if it was shaky enough that people while playing will feel that okay, this is very shaky, I'm lagging a lot, I can't play on my mobile datas. If these problems come in PUBG regularly, some can come because technical glitches happen everywhere, but if it comes continuously, then one will easily download or delete the app, because it's of course it's an app which is making a huge difference. It's taking 6 MB in your phone, 6 GB in your phone. So why will you ever have the app if it's of no use and it's just taking up your storage? So that's how user interface interacts with you. The graphics should be good. The message which you're conveying to the web page or the game which you're playing, it should be cool. Then there should be keys to it. There should be a easier way of playing it. So this is how user interface is acting in this field. Whereas user experience is one and the same thing, which is UX designing. X for EXPIRANCE, experience, RIANCE. So this is how UI UX works. Now let's talk about packaging graphic designing. I think before talking about packaging graphic designing, from the name itself we know that any kind of a packaging which is being portrayed in any brand which is communicating with you, that is called as packaging graphic designing. For example, the wine bottle which you're looking at right now, if the wine bottle didn't have the little golden windows which are made on it, will it be aesthetically pleasing to you? No. If the brand name was not been written on the packaging, will it be pleasing to you? Will you know which brand is it before buying, or will you know if the packaging is being used and then it is the wine bottle is just put in the package and given to you? Will you buy it? No. Of course the product inside matters, but the product matters when the packaging, delivering, everything is good. Product of course matters, the very first thing which matters. But if your packaging and the other things are not good, then why will you buy it? For example, any Amazon packages. If you see any Amazon package, the seal has been broken, will you ever take it? Or if in your examinations, if the seal of a question paper is broken, will the examiner give you the question paper? No. That is why packaging is very important. How the elements are being placed, how they form a major role, how the things are aesthetically pleasing while having the little information which is needed below or in somewhere in a space that is not very goofed up, and not everything is written in one place, whereas the spacing is the very important thing which comes in packaging graphic designing. Where are you placing the elements is very important. So this is about packaging graphic designing. I think motion graphic designing, which we are going to talk about the next, which is the sixth part, motion graphic designing, is any animation, audio, typography, image, video, anything which any other effects of online medias like title sequencing, credit. So what is motion graphics? Anything which is moving. The best example I can give you is GIF. The 2 or 3 second GIF which creates a impression in your mind about whatever the topic being, whether being it a meme or whether some information or a little bit of a letter bit, anything which is being seen in the GIF of 2 or 3 seconds which is moving and creating an impact. Visual things create an impact in the people who visually connect to the medias or who visually connect to even other people. Whereas some people are there who connect while looking at books and everything. But the very first thing which a person psychologically a person connects to is anything which is visual to a person. So any visual difference or anything which is moving, anything which makes sense is very pleasing to the person who is looking at it. So for example, video games. If you're playing a video game and if it doesn't have something which is moving, then why will you play a video game? Even in Minecraft, you have to move your cursor, and you have to move and place your cursor on something, some block, which will either be a Minecraft below, or it will be a solid block. So it will be a plus point. So in some or the other game, the movement has to happen. If the movement is not there, if the motion is not there, it will not create an impact on you. Blank things create blank impact on you, whereas motion or a movie creates a huge impact on you. So that is what is motion graphic designing. Now let's talk about environmental graphic designing and art and illustration. Environmental graphic designing is visually connecting people to places and improve their experiences by making spaces. So here comes space designing, and space designing is a very important field, because any kind of public transportation, wall murals, museums you have seen, there is some kind of a space made in there which is looking so good with whatever the spacing of the elements has been done. It is so pleasing to you that you wish to go there. So that is called as environmental graphic designing, environmental friendly as well. Now let's talk about art and illustration. Art and illustration comes in visual communication as well, but illustration here is more about colors, more about not the contextual context, but it's more about what are you trying to show. So what is the message you're communicating. Yet this field is equally in graphic as well as visual communication. Art and illustration, for example, the best example is the t-shirts. Now, not any simple t-shirt, but a t-shirt which has graphic design on it. For example, the merches of the YouTubers. Nowadays, you have seen many YouTubers opening their merches. What is a merch? Merch is any cloth, any t-shirt or any pants or any joggers, anything, any cloth which you wear, on which the YouTuber is imprinting their logo, or maybe something related to their family, or something related to the YouTube culture of them. Relating to the YouTuber is called as a merch. For example, if you've seen PewDiePie, the single guy who is the second most right now, he was the first most earned YouTuber. Now he's the second most. So that guy has huge merches. He has t-shirt merches, he has his joggers merches, on which he has his face imprinted on it, and some say some very different things. So it depends upon his YouTube family and his YouTube merch. So that is called as a merch, and this merch can be seen in the t-shirt designing. This is art and illustration. Now as you all know what is graphic designing, I will just say that there are 4 types of graphic designing. There are business designing, enterprise, production, and execution. So in any designing, whether being graphic or fashion, the product from making to delivery is very important. If it is not delivered in the correct amount, or in the proper packaging, as I said, in the wine bottle, then people will not buy it. Or even if it is sent in a proper way, but the product is not very efficient, people won't buy it. People will return it in the very 30 days, and the 30 days policy everyone knows. It's on Amazon also, it's on all the sites right now. So return policy is also applicable. So now let's talk about all softwares. Now I have not used so many softwares. I have not used a single one on here, but I have used Autodesk, so I'll speak about Autodesk. I have a different version of Autodesk which I really like, and it's very informative, whereas I'll share the link in the description box below. I was comfortable using that. But there are Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop has illustrations, Photoshop and everything, whereas Adobe has everything. So Adobe Photoshop is one, illustration is one, Adobe InDesign is one, Sketch is one, Corel iDraw is one, Zara Designer Pro X is one, and GIMP is done. So I don't have so many views, but whatever proper views I've got about these apps, I am going to post it right now. So you can pause the video and check it out. Okay, so now we are going to talk about job available fields. The very first is multimedia design, which everyone knows. It's a very common field. Then comes web designing, any web page design. Then is logo designing. of course everyone knows every brand needs a logo. That is called as logo designer. And nowadays you will be surprised to know that logo designers are paid more than the actual designers who are making the product. It's a very flourishing field right now. With UI UX, logo designing is a very flourishing field in 2020. Next comes brand identity design. Yes, brand identity design, the very first visual identity design, is the same thing. Just making logos is not going to flourish you. The packaging, the overall product, the use, everything should come in hand, and it should visually connect to you. It should be the face of the brand. Then comes flash designer, designing. Then comes creative and art director. Now from 7th to 10th point, photo editing, layout design, film and video, animator. This is entirely it comes under one umbrella. So animation, video, film, you've seen there are green screens which are set, or white screens just set on which you can easily Photoshop and photo edit. Whereas you can also create videos there and then impose the video, only the picture or the body moving on other platform or other screen. So this is entirely an umbrella. Whereas web designing, logo designing and brand identity is an entire umbrella with multimedia designing. So now we come to conclusion of our PPT. I will repeat this once again. I have a Behance account on which the same PPT is being linked up. For any further information or to even view my digital arts, you can go to my Behance account and check it out. The PPT is linked there. You can save a draft of it or take screenshots of the same. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and hopefully my vlog 3 comes much earlier than the vlog 2. I'm sorry for the late for vlog 2 because my college is going on, and since you guys know, this YouTube channel is for journalizing my life. So thank you so much for watching and see you later. Bye.